do we measure our true selves? I find that I do this when I'm truly grateful, especially in challenging times. Welcome to Leader with Soul, a podcast about leadership, family, life, and everything in between. My name is Alberto De Feo, and this is episode 4, Being Grateful in Difficult Times. If you like what you hear, please click like below and subscribe to my channel. It will help spread the word. In times that were different and appear to be so distant, even when only a few months have passed, I wrote an article hoping for a new year where we would be guided by 3 principles that I consider foundational to civility and progress. Be grateful, be honest, and be vulnerable. A few months ago, I also posted another article where I raised my personal voice in praise of the never-ending power of hope. In that article, I again outlined 3 points that can help us keep our hope sustained. Be positive, be grateful, and be patient. As I reflect upon the challenging times we're facing, it strikes me that being grateful seems to be a constant in my reflections. It would be logical to address the big challenges of the day, such as the pandemic, the world economic downturn, the new normal, and racial tensions. The temptation is strong. However, I believe we need to start from the basics. Otherwise, all the good things we're learning, despite and probably because of our current challenges, would be lost. Too many times I heard people saying, once this is over, all will be back to the old normal because we can't keep forever the good things we're experiencing. I hope this proves wrong. But it is why I wish to talk about gratitude as a powerful sentiment and keeper of good change. Just recently, I finished reading the book Leading with Gratitude, co-written by Adrian Gostick and my old friend Chester Elton. I have known Chester for 40 years, and he has always had a smile on his face. He has taught me persistence and positivity when he was in my hometown serving as a missionary. I suggest you read this book. It is powerful and based on very sound research. In the book, the authors list 8 simple ways to show and benefit from gratitude. While they apply these principles to the corporate world, they are also very applicable in our personal life. The good thing about this book is that it first highlights the problems that corporate CEOs and leaders have in recognizing gratitude as a game changer that in fact could bring better results to the bottom line. As I read that part of the book, I could even recognize myself in some of the attitudes described in its pages. This is called the gratitude gap. In order to apply change, we have to recognize the root causes of the issue. In the end, the message is very simple. Being grateful creates happy people and better organizations all around. As I have been trying to live with grateful thoughts in my mind, especially in these past few months of turmoil and uncertainty, I find more than happiness. I find personal balance and peace. More importantly, I find a way to face adversity with the right attitude. In a talk to Brigham Young University a number of years ago, Dallin H. Oaks, its former president, spoke about adversity. In listening to his talk, I was impressed by an example of positive attitude he related. Here's the story. I recall a memorable lesson I learned from Chicago Daily News columnist Sidney J. Harris. He wrote, "I walked with my friend, a Quaker, to the newsstand the other night, and he bought a paper, thanking the newsie politely. The newsie didn't even acknowledge it. 'A sullen fellow, isn't he?' I commented. 'Oh, he's that way every night,' shrugged my friend. 'Then why do you continue to be so polite to him?' I asked. 'Why not?' inquired my friend. 'Why should I let him decide how I'm going to act?' As I thought about this incident later, it occurred to me that the important word was act. My friend acts toward people. Most of us react towards them. He has a sense of inner balance that is lacking in most of us. He knows who he is, what he stands for, how he should behave. He refuses to return incivility for incivility, because then he would no longer be in command of his conduct. Oakes then said, "I like that example because it challenges each of us to focus our attention on the individual responses each of us must make to the individual personal adversities that are sure to hound us throughout our lives. Our responses will inevitably shape our souls." Close quote. So, what can we do to increase our level of gratefulness and subsequently our inner peace and happiness? First, write down at least one different reason every day for which you are grateful. Think about it and make it dear to your heart. Share it if you can, or if it is relevant. If you are grateful to your mom, tell her and cherish her expression of love for you, for instance. Second, turn to yourself, and if you're like me, to God, to thank yourself for your efforts and God for His unique blessings that He has given to you specifically. Third, don't let the negativity of the circumstances or of others ruin the appreciation for what you have and are grateful for. You have the ability to choose your response to negativity. No one can take that away from you. And finally, accept life as is and make adversity either an opportunity or a lesson for improvement. I can tell you this is not easy, but it is not impossible. Since it is important to practice what I believe in, I wish to thank you all for listening to me. I don't do this professionally, but out of desire to share with you what I think could be good for all of us. I also wish to thank my friend Chester Elton for his 40 years of friendship, but especially for helping my sister-in-law 40 years ago to find her way to a life full of good things and wonderful values. This made possible for her to marry my brother and be an example of love, compassion, and family unity. I am also grateful to my parents for having always been there for me, especially for allowing me to soar high out without putting any obstacle to my dreams. I am grateful for my brother, one of the very few people who really understands me and gives me the strength that I need every day in a way that is unique to him and very inspiring. And also, I am very grateful to my wife and children. They are my rock, my inspiration, and my foundation. They give me hope and the courage I need every day to move forward and not backward. My wife has taught me so much, and she helped and continues to help me recognize where I need to improve. She is my most treasured blessing. Finally, I'm grateful for my faith in God. Today, it is not fashionable to be religious or even spiritual, but it doesn't matter to me. I have learned that with Him in my life, I am complete. Thank you for listening to Leaders with Soul Episode 4. I hope you enjoyed these thoughts. Spread the word. Until the next time.